What a crime.
And here we go again. Alright, so you guys take your leave from that. And Tom.
That friendly temple of honor. But they did do the job, so
Yeah.
we didn't have to pay for it.
Zug, you, what are you doing until then? Are you going to wait at home, or are you going to run and take care of some things before that?
No, that's all I really have planned for the moment. So
Okay.
head home.
Okay. So, you get back to your place, and after a little while, there is a knock at your door.
Alright, I'll get a burning hands ready and look through the people.
You don't know this guy. He looks kind of human. Kind of a little bit, disfigured, though. But looks humanoid.
Is he holding anything?
He's got like a bag over his shoulder.
Alright. I'll open up the door.
You Zug?
Yep.
I am... Should have generated a name while I was away. Would have been an
I
effective
am
use of
looking
time.
up a name.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Look at Galfine getting the joke in, yeah.
Oh, and then I failed to push buttons properly. I'm doing real great here. I'm Valley, blacksmith. You Zug?
Yep.
You were looking for a lock.
Yeah, I'll come on in.
All right, thank you.
I'll put away the burning hands.
You
It's
have
like
a
you're meeting an exorcist. You looking for a lock?
double check something real quick about your inventory and make sure I'm correct on here. So he walks over to your desk, looks down at it. It's a nice desk. You mind if I lay my stuff out on it here?
Yep, go ahead.
He very carefully lowers his bag onto the desk. Carefully unties it at a certain point, and then pulls down one of the sections, and a number of things roll out on that section, unties another section, rolls out the other way, and then unties the last two, and then kind of they roll out in their own separate direction. And there's a number of mechanisms and lock pieces and tools and other things laid out across this thing. As he unravels it, I need to put his my notes in here real quick. At some point, maybe I'll get better at doing this stuff in advance, but. Alright, and you said you're looking for a door lock, right?
Yep.
What's your quality that you're looking for? You want... How unlikely do you want it to be that somebody's getting in your door?
Well, yeah, I want a pretty good lock.
Alright. Yeah, a lot of people use the phrase pretty good and don't really know what pretty good means. So, you got a minute? Can we talk about a couple of things here?
Mm-hmm.
So... what do you think your biggest risk is getting into your room?
Magic users, probably.
Exactly. That is often the most likely. Arcane, I got nothing right now that beats an arcane lock. I got stuff that makes a couple of arcane locks need to be cast. Knocks have to be cast, but I don't have anything that fully beats it yet. I've been working. I got a system that's close, and he shows you a locking system where he's got three pieces of this thing together, and basically he explains when this one unlocks, this one relocks, When this one relocks, it also locks this over here. Now, the problem is, so far, that I haven't found a way to make it so that... So like, knock works in an area, right? So... So, you gotta be, like... You gotta find a way to make it so that the magic doesn't recognize each thing as its own individual thing, or that somebody doesn't know where to put it. So these locks would be kind of spaced apart a bit. You'd have one like in your wall, and its mechanism would like wrap around into this other part, and then one of them would be in the door, and another one would be in a different part of the door, and then their triggers would all trigger on top of each other. So far, what I found is that smarter or more powerful wizards will just be able to figure out like the distance of the mechanisms and get it all unlocked, because eventually, like, knock gets to a point it basically unlocks everything, right? I'd love to tell you that it doesn't, but it does. The good news is, though, that over time, these when you start with the good lock, you can reinforce it with, I'm sure you look like you had, like, something tingling in your hands there when I came in. I get your worry. But you're familiar with Arcane Lock as the spell? Or even Hold Portal?
Should I, like...
Yeah, go ahead and give me a Knowledge Arcana. This would be a Knowledge Arcana. So you're reasonably familiar with both those spells. Like, you don't know all the details, but you know enough to know that they exist and sort of how they work. So, with a good lock, with like a really good lock, right? Knock is gonna get you through the lock, if the lock has no magic on it. But you add the magic to the lock, and that's where things start getting real difficult for somebody. They hit it with a knock, like they've still got to bypass like a pretty tough situation. And that's if you're worried that like you've got magic users, I will tell you that if you buy high enough, one sec here. If you buy high enough, you can shut out most like low-level wizards from being able to get in. And, knock is like a fairly... It's not really something all low-level wizards are carrying around. But, for example, and he drags over one mechanism. Like, this is a very good locking system, right? You put this in, and let's say somebody hits it with a knock. They're going to have to be either a really lucky or a really skilled wizard to get past this lock, right? They might have to have some of their own, like, lock-picking skills, or they might have to understand a lot about it to try to trick the system. But, overall, them bypassing this lock, they're not going to do it under more natural means. And we can go quite a ways above that. I mean, if that's what you're looking for. It really depends on where you want to start. And bear in mind, like, locking systems, they're a little bit modular. So if you want, we can, I can get you one that's at the level you want. Or if you're willing to pay a little bit more, you can invest in, like, a system that is... Say, for example, you have the 1 stage versus the 2 stage versus the 3 stage, right? You can buy staged locking systems that are ready for another stage to be added. Some people don't necessarily like that. They don't want to pay an additional amount of money for something they don't think they're ever going to get. But if you think at some point in the future, you're likely to end up in a circumstance where you're going to be, like, storing a lot of goods here. You're going to buy out, like, this whole floor, right? Maybe you're one of those guys, like... You may want to invest in a stageable, an advanced staging lock so that you can, like, properly secure your eventual facility. I don't know how big your plans are, what you're working on. I just know that, like, I want to make sure you got the right lock for your situation, because I don't want you coming back to me and telling me I sold you some bullshit. All my shit is good. It's up to you to make sure you're getting what you think you're going to need. And I can't guarantee you're protected against everything, But I can tell you, like, if you find the culprit, I'll tell you whether or not that culprit beat my lock, or whether or not you didn't lock the door that day, if you know what I'm saying. So, here's what you're looking at. So I don't operate in your standard locks. I mean, I'll sell you a standard lock if you really want a standard lock, but you're going to pay more for it because it's going to have my name on it. So you want a standard lock, that's 50 gold. You want a good lock, it's about 90 gold. You want a good lock that's scalable, it's about 100 gold. You want a pretty rudimentary high tier lock, one that like no one with just their tools are gonna pick into. You're probably looking around the realm of 150 gold. You want to go with my almost beats a wizard system, you're looking at probably in about the realm of 250, 300, depending upon like how big you plan on growing your space out to. So, what are you thinking here?
The top one that's scalable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. So yeah, that's installable for about 100. So one thing though, you're gonna need to get a special permit for this lock, and that's a bit annoying. But it's not like a permit where you have to say that you're getting a lock. You just need a building permit, because I gotta have the rights to bust into one of the walls here and make some modifications to the walls. You basically will give that to the building manager here downstairs. He'll process it for a little bit. He'll see I'm on it. Like, they'll let you go. Like, this isn't gonna be like a big rough issue. They're gonna let this go because they know me and they basically know I'm here, right? And they're not gonna share that. By the way, I got a good rep with them. Never had one of them like, say a word about the work that I'm doing once. So you're flat on that. You got a full contract you can sign with me as well. Like, if I ever say a word about your system to anybody else, like, I'm on the line for it. So I make sure we sign that straight up front. And it also like guarantees though that you're gonna owe me your money. I put in this lock and you don't deliver on it. Well, you can bet I'm gonna take the lock out of there. Not an easy feat, by the way. Not an easy feat by any stretch if I put in the lock well enough. But I'll spend my whole day doing it, if you know what I'm saying. So I'll get in there. I won't like getting in there, but I'll get in there. But I do ask, you got to have at least 50% up front, 50% at time of completion. Right? I've had some people, they try to skip out on that, or they say like, oh yeah, here's like my, my writ from, whoever, and then the writ turns out to be bad. I don't want to deal with writs. If you got a writ, I'll look it over, we can talk about it, but you're really going to have to prove validity on that writ. Been bamboozled a number of times. I'm not looking to have it happen here.
Okay, but it's refundable if I can't get the proper documents?
Oh, absolutely. If you can't get the proper documents, though, somebody here, you piss somebody off. Now, there is one additional option I can throw at you as well. Okay, and this is not necessarily a requirement, but it can be a nicety. I can make these locks out of any material you might be interested as well. My standard lock comes in iron. Good solid lock. But if you later on, if you're thinking that like you want something that might have a little bit smoother movement, or you want something that like somebody's not going to be able to necessarily like beat through, you might want to think about maybe, with regard to the smooth movement, you might want to think about mithril. If you're looking for a solid lock system, though, and one that somebody is going to be unlikely to kick through, I do offer mithril bolting as well. Or not mithril bolting, I'm sorry. Adamantine bolting. Basically, all the rivets that go, or all the bolts that come out are made out of adamantine, so somebody kicking through, they're basically going to have to destroy the door. It's up to the quality of your door right now. And I'll be honest with you, I want to sell you this, I do. But they're going to blow out your door. Like, somebody's kicking in your door, my iron lock is probably going to hold. your door ain't gonna hold. Like, your wall is not gonna hold before the lock is gonna go out, right? So, later on, you might want to get mithril bolt or adamantine bolting. It can be, there's a bit of a fee to change out the piecing, but it can be done later on. You might want to think about that. It is very expensive, though, but you can keep that in kind of the back of your mind here. But otherwise, yeah, you probably want to invest in a better door soon. If you're interested, by the way, my buddy, name generator go. My buddy Adela, he can fix you up with a real solid door. Adela's in the territory here with you. He and I work together a lot on a lot of projects. Used to be as though he had some issues with things were rough. He refused to tear down one of his doors for somebody. They let me go because of my contracts. He didn't have all the right contracts in place. Wouldn't give them away through the door because it had like a secret trap mechanism that they should have been able to get through, but he refused. Said it was like integrity. Zoe doesn't care. I mean, they care about integrity to some degree, but the squad had a warrant. Like, he had no grounds without a contract in place, so his own fault, right? He understands that he operates much better about these stuff nowadays, but you'll have to forgive him, though. Try not to mention he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder about it, though. But yeah, I'd recommend, like, if you're planning to store anything serious here, the next step is to get a door. To get a better door.
Well, what sort of fee would it be to get the lock transferred over to the new door?
So for this door, I'll tell you what. If you work with Adela on it, I'll waive that fee because he's gonna pass me on a finder's fee. If you do the work with him, I'll drop it to you straight. So, and it's not a lot of time and effort to do it. If you tell him in advance you got this lock system, he's gonna he's gonna know that. He'll be able to plan out the door in advance for it. So, like, you're saving me a bunch of time. I'm not gonna have to drill through shit. I'm not gonna have to, like, do a bunch of custom cutting work. It's all gonna be the way it needs to be.
The heck?
Yeah, so I can probably just get the iron now, and then I'll upgrade later on after I upgrade the door.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a good plan. Just want to make sure you knew it was you knew these were the options that were there for the future. You seem like a man very worried about his security. In this day and age, I'd say you definitely should. With all the weird stuff Blade is up to over here, definitely want to keep your door secure. So I will have this installed for you in about... We can do the install in about 2 days. If you want, I can rush it to tomorrow if it's important. But I'm going to have to charge you about another 10 gold for the rush.
No, it's no rush.
Okay. So he will get this installed for you on the 15th. Put this on, Valley installs. Good luck for Tom, or for Zug. And that is also the day you're going to get paid, so you'll have a little extra money in your pocket as well at that point.
Sounds good. Alright, so I gotta pay half now?
Yep, half up front. So 50 up front.
Yep.
And while you're getting the money together, he wraps up his stuff, slings it over his shoulder again, and he leaves a little, like, a thin piece of metal on the counter or on your desk. The thin piece of metal has etched into it the details of Adela and how you can reach out to him. You can also message him over the bottle if you'd like. He's a little bit slower to interact with his bottle, though, so if it takes him a couple hours, just let him... just know that he'll get back to you.
Sounds good. But, yep, I give him the gold.
You thinking about, like, buying out a few more spaces here?
Yeah, but, not super soon.
If you start moving down that arrangement, give me a call. I got a couple of guys that I know that'll do that. They're all Resixes, and they got a love for tearing shit down, if you know what I'm saying. So.
Mhm.
All right. Well, have a good one.
You too.
And he heads out. So for the record, his disfigurement, by the way, I forgot to mention this while he was in there. But he has like a large burn mark over the side of his face, and it looks like it goes all the way down his arm. All right, so jumping back to the rest of the group.
Hey!
Now that Tom's
That
buying
was
a lock
very
session.
long lock buying session.
Tom is not going to have to worry at this point about people busting into his house.
I don't know. It sounds like he's got a real shitty door, so like all they have to do is bust through the door. The lock's not gonna.
Busting through a door is not easy when you have a good lock. But it is the thing that they're going to have to bust through. Like comparatively, the DC to bust through his door is now lower than the DC to bust through the lock.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, where the door is really bad and the lock is really great, and then like the door is being held in place by the amazing lock, and
Yep.
it's like, why did you put this really great lock on this really awful door? So,
But it still holds together for a little while until like you start breaching the door, like literally breaching through the wood of the door, and you're like, oh, lock, you did a good job.
Yeah, and also while this might not keep out like a fighter, I mean, it'll probably keep out a rogue.
Yeah, and those are the people that you want to that are most likely going to come in and get your stuff.
plus, once they hear about your epic kitten jerky recipe,
They're going to want to steal it.
they're going to want to steal it.
Yeah, and I need to knock down one of these walls to the room next door to put up my kitten pen for my homemade kitten jerky.
You got them suspended from harnesses from the ceiling like the Kobe beef in Japan.
Yup.
Oh my god. How did this kitten? Well, it's I'll
All right.
ask Steve some other time.
So,
Yeah,
what are the rest of you guys doing? Guys, well, I guess ladies, sorry. What are the rest of you ladies doing?
well, I'll say well, Jelly and Gally and why can't I remember your character's name now, Whitney? Is it Pax? Thank you. Wow.
You shouldn't
I
have
just typed
told her.
What's that?
She should have had to figure it out herself.
That's okay, fair.
All right. So Pax and Gally, that was pretty.
Gelfie.
I'm calling her Gally
Yeah.
now.
He gets to make up.
Delphine.
Meg gets to make up her own nicknames for people.
Okay, cool. Tall and not as tall. Which is correct statements as far as I'm concerned. I believe I am shorter than all of you.
Yes, you are the shortest member of the party.
So, that was pretty aggro, huh? I mean, I'm glad they saved his life, but we'll have to keep tabs on this place and catch the cart driver once he comes out.
Yeah, they're real intense there. Not very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they saved him and everything, but like, come on, customer service, right?
Yeah. There's not customer service. Excellent. Yeah, you don't pay good gold to get healed, and then they throw you out of the temple.
Oi.
Oy,
You don't pay good gold to get somebody else healed, and they throw you out of the temple.
throw you out of the temple.
I want
I
to
don't know.
go.
These non-Hers, they're a militant lot. You know what I mean? They take their healing and their war very serious. So something big must be up.
I want to go back there and see how much is left on the truck and see if we can help unload it.
All right, let's head on back.
Okay.
Are you coming with us, Gelfine?
Sure.
Don't
Yeah,
sound too
Gelfine.
excited.
Okay. So you guys head back, and when you
They beat the
arrive,
cart.
the cart is destroyed. The members of House Blade are basically like screaming at each other, at the clerics, and at anyone that comes into range. Some of them are like holding the pieces of the cart and like waving back the clerics, shouting that this is what your help did. Your help got a man killed. You want to help us? You think you can help us? No one wants to help us. That's why we got to help ourselves.
So I'm gonna walk in there with my totem diplomacy score. Friends, what is all the hubbub?
We got no food. We can't even get a delivery here. You guys don't even know how to protect it.
Well, we had to take care of the driver so that we could find out what was going on to determine who has been attacking. So let's all just sit down and have a nice cool water and just think about it. You're all hungry, so let's not add to the misery.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody bringing us food anymore.
Well, the cart has been wrecked, so what's the solution? Perhaps you
yeah,
have
but
an
where's
idea
the
we
this is
could
the
try?
problem. This is the problem we had back when we were in Blade. This is the problem we had when we were here. We come out. There's no food. We're there. There's no food. We come out here. There's no food. We're promised food. We're promised, we're going to be able to have an easy integration. There's nowhere for us to live. There's nowhere for us to eat. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to sleep on the streets and eat the rats?
I recognize that you have had issues that have not been really treated in a manageable manner, and I gotta ask, what can we do today to make it a little better?
We just want to
27
eat.
27 on the diplomacy. Holy fuck!
Mm-hmm.
I'm using all these good rolls for this. Is there a stall or vendor we could start just buying food at, Steve?
So with your diplomacy, actually, you've managed to get him to a point where he's willing to say, like, at its core, what he wants. And some of the other clerics have like kind of rushed off as quickly as they can, and they're grabbing what they can and bringing it back and trying to like offer certain things, offer some of the stuff up. But there is a problem here that's pretty apparent. Give me a sense motive to get to a bit more of the bottom of what's happening.
Thank you. Be glad to.
You want me to assist or just?
Oh, I'd love your assist.
Oh, you did good though.
This is the kind of stuff I do. It's a 19. If you want to assist, go ahead, because, yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna
Well, either way.
Got it. That's a combined 21.
No, 15 is assist.
Oh, shit. I thought it was 12.
It's
Damn.
fine.
So
The 19's still good enough to get the idea. There is some sort of, like, significant food drought going on right now. As the clerics bring back what food they can, the food that they have doesn't seem to be in the best condition. And they're talking about, like, not having, this was the best they could get with the funds that they have. There is something, like, there's something about food arriving here that seems to be becoming a problem.
And where is the food coming from?
Most of the food is either from Dryad territory or from Rezik's territory. So, like, you'll get your meats and such from Rezik's. You'll get your vegetables
Everything
and your
else.
fruits from Dryad.
just to whip this word out. Oops. Go ahead, Whitney. My apologies. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering, does it seem like the food from both territories is affected, like, equally?
That's a little bit harder to tell. You'll have to do a little bit of investigation to find that out. The sense motive gives them is just a general idea of, like, all these people aren't able to go out and find, like, the clerics have kind of gone out and looked for food, and, like, people are now charging more for the food, and there's also less of it that they can even bring. With they have, like, money left over, and they would have paid for more food, but there's not more food to buy.
It's not a matter of price gouging. It's a matter of the fact that food is such a shortage that even the bringing in of food is expensive. Am I understanding that correctly?
That's correct. It's much more like the food. What they're going off of is the food that's kind of been here for a while too. Like this seems to be kind of a new development because the food they have, like they're not out of food, but they're definitely bringing food that looks like it's been around for a little while. It's not fresh. There seems to be a bit of delay, and they're probably like holding what they have that's like that they know will make it to tomorrow and not being willing to sell it today because they need to make sure they have something to sell for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I understand. You can't, even if you wanted to, you shouldn't really sell all your food in one day.
Right.
You'll have the same problem tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you'll have an advanced problem if you understand some of the market. You'll have an advanced problem because people will start to think of you as the people who don't have any food.
Ugh. Okay, so what's your name, my friend?
Their name
Random NPC
is
number one?
No, hold on, I'll give you a name. I like using this random name generator, and his name is Loretto.
Loretto, eh?
Loretto.
Loretto.
Like the
Can I call you
hospital?
Loretto?
Yeah, that's fine.
What are you just scorching over there, Zug?
Kittens.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I got this in right. So, like, I've just been having to send it to chat to check.
What he's had to do is he's trying to solve the food shortage problem by the application of some feline power.
Actually, Tom, that is something I was gonna program. I'm trying to reprogram a bunch of the spells, and then once I get an idea how to do it, unless you're like researching how to do the advanced setups, but
No, I'm putting in the basic.
Yeah, I've been learning about the advanced way. So once I master the advanced way, I can tell you how to do it for like future stuff that you're programming. So don't worry too much. Don't struggle too much on that if it's not coming out the way you really want it.
Well, yeah, I might be scorching race something today. Who knows?
Okay. Like kittens. Pew pew pew. Get them all freshly cooked and ready.
No, you got to. It's a special technique to get them ready for the kitten jerky.
I don't know how to do jerky. So. All right, sorry.
It's the marinade.
Way to screw up the immersion with the scorching ray there, Tom.
It's a dry rub. So, Loretto, right?
Yes, Loretto.
Loretto, so, this food shortage, does anybody know what's going on?
I got no idea.
What have you heard?
All right, wait, were you talking to one of the clerics, or were you talking to the Vinny guy? Sorry, that actually does make a difference, because the name will be different.
He's a House Blade guy, right?
Yes.
Aren't they like kind of, maybe I'm making an overgeneralization, aren't they the streety evil kind of
that is correct. They tend to be chaotic evil in nature. They're not obviously all chaotic evil, but they do tend more towards the chaotic evil side.
I was just wondering if maybe, you had heard anything, or, I'm mostly moving the temple circle, so I was hoping somebody, I'll talk to the clerics as well, but first I want to hear what the word on the street is about the food. So maybe you don't understand. Maybe you've just been that far, like how long you been here in the unaligned territory, huh? Well, we just got back from an adventure a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? And
No, like how long has it been since you got kicked out of your family?
Ooh, how long has it been?
Right now, probably a few months.
It's only been a couple of months since I was kind of, nomicized.
Yeah, and as a gnome, it's not like you came from a territory that's underappreciated. I bet this one gets it, and he points over to Pax. You get it, right? Right, sister?
Yeah, what?
How hard it is to live in this area.
I mean, I do my best to get along with everyone, but I haven't really experienced a food shortage before, so I definitely want to try and help figure out what's going on.
You haven't experienced, as a goblin, you've not experienced a food shortage. What are you? What'd you live in the unaligned territory most of your life?
Yeah, since I was a kid. But I'm also pretty good at scavenging for myself.
Most goblins are good at scavenging. That's what we do. It's exactly what we do too. We scavenge, right? You see this one, your big muscly one over here. Like she probably didn't have to scavenge. What? You work or Resix? He's pointing at you, Gelfine.
What
She's
does
the
that
strong
matter?
silent type. What's that?
What does that matter?
Well, because I'm talking about class, you know? You probably had 3 squares a day, and maybe some ice cream too if your battalion did well, if you're in work. And if you're Resix, you eat like a king. You get steak every night, probably some potatoes, because you got that deal with the dryads. Right? Which one were you?
One of them.
Spoken like a Rurik. Doesn't want to give answers when asked. See, Blade's been dealing with this food shortage shit for forever. If not for Al, we wouldn't have eaten. We get this regularly, and now, all of a sudden, there's some risk of Blades showing up here, and all of a sudden the food's going missing. Wonder why that is. I know why it is. Something's blocking food from getting to us. Somebody doesn't want us to talk. Somebody doesn't want us to live.
Who do you think that is?
I don't know. Plenty of houses hate us. Stonefist, Zoe, Rurik, Resix, they all hate us. They don't want to give us food. Hell, the Dryads half the time get pissed at us, stealing their berries. But you gotta eat. Nobody wants to give you any food. It's too dangerous, they say. Too dangerous to get the food into Blade. But it's funny, the food's disappearing before it reaches our territory, so who's doing it? Huh? Maybe they put more guards on the roads, this wouldn't be a big problem now, would it?
Well, the cart driver, I mean, was not attacked by a regular thing. I mean, we had to go get some specialized healing for that guy. So something's going on that's not normal.
Something like Al is what you're saying, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Telling you, our family wouldn't do this.
What did you know about Al?
Al was a stand-up guy. Took care of us. Whatever we needed, he got.
You never heard about or saw anything weird going on up?
I mean, there was the ability to get the promotion. The promotion was a good gig. No one could stand up to you if you got the promotion. You get whatever you need. All the
Promotion
time.
of what?
I mean, the promotion. You get the wings, you get the horns.
Oh, that's a promotion, huh? Becoming a demon?
It's the promotion. Look, doesn't matter what you're becoming, it matters what you're going to be able to get. It means you get to live, and living's important. You ever had to worry about not living the next day?
Yeah.
Doesn't it suck? Imagine you got to do it every day.
So what did you have to give up and what did you get if you got the promotion?
Don't give up anything. If we are chosen, if he thinks we're good enough, we get to go get the promotion. Then we get status. No one argues with us. Nobody fights with us. And when they do, we can take them out easy. They can barely hurt us at that point. Knives don't do anything when you get the promotion.
And you don't have to give up any of your freedom or autonomy or anything?
I'm still myself. At least they all were.
And you have wings now.
I don't. I'm here now. Al's been arrested.
What happened to your promotion?
I'm saying I wanted a promotion, not that I got one.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get the promotion you want. Trying to sound very sincere, because the whole idea of being turned into even partial a demon sounds like a really bad fucking idea. But we'd like to find out why you guys aren't getting food.
Well, it sounds like it's about to start affecting y'all as well, so I'd say somebody needs to look in this in a big way. And now that it's affecting some people that might actually make a difference, I bet it happens. I bet it still doesn't fix things in House Blade. But moving in here might have been the best decision. Now if we could just find a place to sleep.
Are there shelters?
No. Any place that like is kind of an in-between house is filled up and has been filled up for a while. Because go ahead.
Would any of the temples take people in?
The temples would if not for the rules of Narenhawk. The rules of House Narenhawk are that they do not allow vagrants.
So where are these people staying then? A
lot of these people are going to be stuck, like sleeping on the streets.
But they don't allow vagrants.
The streets of the unaligned territory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The temples are all the temples except for a few that are like specific to each family. All the temples tend to be in House Narenhawk, and the other houses are much less likely to accept.
Huh. This is a humdinger, huh?
Maybe you figure out what's causing the food problems. Maybe you clean it up. Maybe you find out that Al's stuff don't have anything to do with it.
Do you want to help us?
What are we gonna do? We got no tools. We got no money. We barely got shirts. Not like what Al used to get us.
Yeah, those are nice shirts. Huh?
Those were nice shirts. Well, we need eyes on the street and we need scouts. I mean, there's just a couple of us. And this sounds like a pretty big problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you pay us?
Yeah.
All right, what's your offer? All 10 of us. What's your offer?
Let me. Can I? Honestly, I need to consult with my compatriots here.
Sure. How long you need?
I don't know, 15.
All right. We'll give you 15, and the 10 of them all step away. Before this, there were more than 10 people here.
Yeah.
And many of the rest of them, though, have kind of scattered off. Like once the food had kind of dried up, and they weren't really as hot-headed as the rest of these guys.
Well, what do you think? I mean, do you want to get some House Blade scouts scout in the street, trying to figure out what's going on with the food shortage?
It'd be nice to have help, but I guess, do you think we can trust them? They seemed a little volatile.
No, I don't think we can trust them at all. I think they're going to be as loyal as our coin, which is probably not as good as others' coin, but I'm interested to see where this goes. I mean, there may be that they price themselves right out of the market. They seem a little.
What do you think would be fair to pay them?
I have no idea. I think the average hireling straight out of game. I don't think
either of you got knowledge local.
No.
I do. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, give me knowledge local.
All right. Bardic abilities. The going rate for hirelings, 60 gold piece a day. What?
Gelfine, you could probably help out on this as well if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so together that is a 29. So you guys know that on average, if you wanted to pay them about what a regular, as a trained hireling, it'd probably be about 3 silvers a day. If you want to treat them like they're untrained, it'd be just about a silver.
So that would be 10 to 20 silvers per day, but we don't really know how long it's going to last, right?
Anywhere from 10 to 30 silvers per day, yeah.
Well, let's contract them for a week. Do you think that's a ridiculous amount of time, or we could contract them for 3 days and then revisit? Say we'll revisit the contract when we figure out what's going on.
Yeah, maybe start with 3 days. I'm trying to see. I gotta look and see how much money I have.
I've
Yeah,
spent
okay,
almost
but-
none of my money.
Delphine, are you in on this?
I suppose.
So if it's 30 silvers per day,
Mm-hmm.
and we do 3 days, that's a big old 90 silver, so that's 9 gold pieces. So we giving them 450 up and telling them upon completion of the term, we'll give the other half. Is that sound like a good procedure?
Yeah.
Or do we pay them on a day-to-day? What's your thoughts?
I like what you initially suggested.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that. What was it?
I like what you initially suggested with the half up front and half at the end.
Okay. All right, we're gonna have 10 hirelings to figure out this food shortage thing on a contractual basis. I'm sure they don't have anything else going on. All right, should I speak for the group then?
Sure.
Since I seem to be.
Delphine, are you okay with this?
She nods.
I say, take advantage, have them shine your shoes and shit, Delphine. Polish your armor.
That is unnecessary.
What are hirelings for if you don't have them to do the horrible tasks you don't want to do? All right. All right, so we're going to talk to... I want to call him Amaretto so much, and I know it's Loretto.
Loretto.
Just
Is
like
it
the
Loretto
hospital.
or Loretto?
Loretto.
Like the
Loretto. All
hospital.
right. Like the hospital. Thank you. All right, hey there, Loretto.
Yeah. What'd you decide?
Okay, so we'll take you, because we don't know how long the job is or how big it is. We'll put you guys on for a 3-day contract. That's, what did we agree on in the rate? Shit. Was it,
3 silver per person per day.
okay, so that's 3 silvers per person per day. We'll give you guys half up front and the other half upon completion of the time on the job.
So you give us 600 silvers up front?
No,
No, 150.
there's 10 of you times 30 is 300, right?
I'm not so good at math, sorry.
So we'll get very good. Not good at math. Oh, how very clever. So we'll be giving you 150 silvers today.
All right. And then how do we get in contact with you to let you know when we come up with something?
Oh, we'll check in every day.
We'll check in with you every day, and we'll
And you can reach us on our
confer with a
bottles.
battle.
How are we gonna reach you on a bottle, lady? We got shirt, pants. You see
And
any
it's not
bottle
even a
on me?
good shirt.
Well, then we'll come find you.
All right. Where should we be?
Let's set up a rendezvous point every day, or an area where we can kind of we don't want to go to Teddy's.
They
What's the place-
wouldn't be allowed in Teddy's anyway.
Well, I was thinking we could meet it outside the place where our lovely bard is performing.
Oh, the cantina?
Yeah, is the cantina?
Yeah, they can wait outside. There's a cantina that's technically skirting the line of Blade territory, so they could wait outside of that cantina. If you look like
that
right
sounds
here,
like a winner.
this is the cantina where PAX performs, and it's technically not in, but it technically is Blade territory, so they can stand outside of it without getting in any trouble.
Sound like a winner? The cantina there.
Yeah, we'll agree
on
to
the
that.
Blade?
That sounds good. We'll be there at night, right outside.
All right. Do we shake on this? Spit in our hands and do that kind of thing?
Nah, your money is as good as a contract.
All right. I fork over the dough, and
All right.
I'll collect the rest of it for my compatriots later on.
Okay. They
Alright.
split the money amongst each other, and they scatter.
All right. Well, interesting. We're gonna see where this develops and what these what would we call these house blade hirelings?
Yeah. You got some Houseblade hirelings. You just employed a gang. Congratulations.
I feel like I'm in the Scorpion clan now. The friendly Scorpion clan.
Coming over the hill to greet you. They had a welcome banner, right?
Yes, Tom did it up. All right, good job, team. I don't know if we helped it or just created a new fucking problem. Hey, we're investigating shit.
What? Paying a bunch of ex-thieves to look around and get information? That's only gonna be good for the economy.
Nobody ever got hurt like that. Oh, man. We burnt down several stalls, but we didn't get any information. Yeah, you didn't need to do that. Oh, shit. We'll do only a couple tomorrow. Okay. Well, I'm all out of ideas. How late is it in the day, GM?
So you're getting pretty close to the about the mid part of the third sun. So you're pretty late. Couple more hours and the sun will start setting.
You want to go grab a brewski?
I might do a little performance.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I'll go to be supportive.
Yalfine, what about you?
I'll go as well.
Okay. So you guys head on over to the cantina.
The sisters are doing it for themselves. All right. I'm not doing any stand-up tonight. I just am not feeling funny.
Let me add some songs in here. Because I have some new stuff that I think I downloaded. Or maybe I didn't. Hold on.
Right now I'm going to be out back of it, burning it down.
Alright, I will jump back to you guys in a little bit. What is Zug doing at this point? As I go get this music.
Alright, so with the rooms, like I can knock down the wall to extend to make one giant room, right? It's not that I would own multiple rooms.
Yes, they allow you with the when you get the room, you basically sign the agreement, and then you could have somebody come in and knock down the wall in between the rooms. But you have to pay the cost for somebody to knock down the wall. So you could just own 2 rooms if that was what ended up happening, but it's up to you to do any of the build out for that.
Okay.
And then when you leave, you're also responsible for returning it back to its old state. So they will take that money out as well. So yeah. What do you want to do then? You want to go talk to somebody about the details, or you?
Yeah, I got to go get the permission to get this lock installed.
Yep. So you can head downstairs. It's a pretty straightforward thing to do. So you go downstairs. There's a small office. Let's see. This late in the day, roll me up a d20 and add your luck bonus.
Ooh.
I don't think you have any luck items, but...
No.
God, it's taking forever to find this. Let's see here. Okay, so unfortunately right now the office is closed.
Alright.
Do you have anything else you want to do in the meantime?
Be right back.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm interested in the room stuff, but I guess I gotta probably wait for the same person here.
There's ways you can get details. I mean, you know you got the technically got the stuff about the door person. You didn't get the stuff about the wall person. You could always message the I don't have his name in front of me, but you could message the guy back and ask him about your wall guy or his wall guy.
Well, I should probably do the door thing first anyway.
Okay.
So I'll message the door guy.
Okay. After a little while, like he said, you get a message back asking he also has a checklist of questions for you to answer, but it's much shorter because I'm assuming you mentioned the other guy in the message.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he shoots you that list. You can give me a knowledge law to go over that one as well. Actually, pause this music for. Okay. So yeah, this looks pretty much straight up standard. Is standard as the other one. So you fill it out. You send it back to him. He's pretty quick to respond back after that, and say like he's got a good selection of door options available. His biggest question is like, are you looking for something wood or something metal?
Whatever'd be best to protect against it getting kicked down or destroyed or whatever.
Okay.
If they can't get through the lock.
He asks if like what's your price range? What are you looking to spend on it?
Here, let me appraise to see.
Okay. Well, I mean, how much money do you have, and how much do you want to put into this project? That's
I mean,
more so what this question is about.
Yeah, I mean, I have like my 600 gold gem that I can go get broken down or whatever if I need to, and then just straight up gold, I have like over 300. So
Okay.
I mean, I could easily do probably a couple hundred.
So there's some bit of preference here. So you can go, if you go metal, you can go something like you can go mithril, which is a little bit tougher if you want to go really high end, but that's pretty expensive. Mithril costs like quite a bit per pound. Same with like adamantine if you wanted that. Getting an iron door is it's not as expensive, but it's still fairly expensive. You're still looking at like in the relative hundreds of gold because of the work that has to be done in putting it on. There is always the option of dark oak or dark wood, which is basically almost as good as getting a metal door, except that it's metal and doesn't necessarily cost as much. You're looking at about 10 gold a pound for that, whereas for metal you're looking at like for iron you're looking at a much higher rate because it's going to be much harder to get in. But dark wood is pretty close to metal. But either way, you're probably looking at at least somewhere between about 1 and 300 gold for the difference between for wood or metal. And if you wanted to go the adamantine route or the mithril route, mithril is like not 100. No, it's like hundreds per pound, and adamantine is they don't have the weight by pound in here anymore. I think that was in the 3.5 book. But I'd assume it's near the thousands per pound.
Yeah. So what would the price for dark wood and what would the price for iron be?
Yeah. So look this up real quick. How thick do you want the door to be? Like how much sound do you want to get through is the next question he asks.
I mean, I'd like it to be pretty soundproof.
Okay.
So that people could not hear the loud meow.
Yeah, no, I would like it to be soundproof, yes.
Okay. So he says that door is probably, for Darkwood, he says the cost is probably going to be in the realm of, I'm sure I'm doing this right, about, hold on. If you want a thicker door, it's going to be about 500. For a thinner door, it's going to be around 250. So he basically says, like, you can get an inch thick door, you can get a 2-inch thick door. And about an inch thick door is going to be about 250 gold.
I could probably do the soundproofing a different way. Like, not through the door, but through like, the walls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I could probably just get the regular size door.
Okay. He says he'll come out to do some measurements just to confirm that the price is good. Your door might be differently sized, but he's kind of like quoting you like a general. This is what a traditional door size costs. He doesn't. He just needs your address. He doesn't need you to give him access to the building or anything. He'll just come by, do the measurements, and then message you when he's got the price ready for you.
Yep, I'll shoot him it.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to look into here?
I'll message the lock dude for the info on the Rezix guys.
Okay. So he gives you their info. He says that these guys prefer to meet in person. They don't really use bottle as much, so if you shoot them a bottle message, they could be like a day or so. But he also gives you their address if you wanted to cruise on over to Rezix territory and meet with them in person. But he says at this time of night, you're probably better off hitting up Teddy's, and they'll probably be there having a drink at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Okay. So you will head over there. Let's jump back to PAX for a minute and the rest of the crew. Back up that music. I'm doing a micro here. All right. So PAX.
Hi.
You arrive, and they are very happy to see that you are here.
I arrived where?
At the cantina. That's where you guys said you were going.
Yeah.
The normal innkeep, or the normal tavern owner, cantina person waves you over, though, as you come in.
Hey, how you doing?
Not terribly good. I'm glad you're here.
What's wrong?
Did you hear anything about the whole, like, owl thing?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of making a bit of a problem here. A lot of the Vinnies here are really unsettled. They're really...
How so?
Well, so rumor has it there was, like, the owl wasn't a human? Is that true?
Yeah, he's a demon.
Man, how do you know that? Who'd you talk to?
Oh, I was there.
You?
Yep. Why are you so confused?
He glances up and then notices that you walked in with Galfine. She did it, right?
What do you mean, did it? I mean, we were all there trying to figure out what was happening.
Y'all, who? Oh, you mean your manager too? And that
yeah.
little one?
Yeah. Our ragtag team.
You guys particularly good at solving problems?
Yeah, we're getting better. We all have complementary skill set, you know?
What if I told you I had some problems, and maybe your performances here aren't the only way you could help them?
Are they demon-related?
I don't know what the problem's related to, but I know been having a problem getting grapes.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of resource allocation issues in this.
Just seems to be a lot of issues in general, and they're getting much worse as time goes on.
Yeah, well, there was an issue with water, and now there's an issue with food.
Yeah, telling me.
What's happening with your grade?
Well, I got a small batch operation I run out of the back, but there's me and a few others around here, some of my suppliers, that they're not coming in. Like, our shipments are lost, or like part of them are missing, or the carts are damaged. A lot of...
Seems like that's happening a lot.
Way more than it used to. Used to be like, you might hear about this once every few months, but now, feeling like it's happening every couple of weeks, or lately every couple of days.
Yeah, we actually just had to help. There was a driver who had gotten attacked bringing supplies, food supplies back.
To where?
So,
You're talking about to Blade, right?
to the unaligned territory.
No, the unaligned always gets its food. Like, they got good guards. They pay good money. The fam hands take really good care of the unaligned. You mean to tell me some beat the guards on a food transport?
Guess so.
Shit.
Where do your grapes come from, Dryad?
Yeah. Get them straight from there. Get a
we
good bunch. Can't afford a lot, but I like what I'm able to make.
We have some folks who are trying to keep an eye out to see if they can get any information about what's going on with the delivery issues that are happening in Dryad. And from, where does the meat come from? Resin? Rezic.
Resix. I don't really see a lot of meat, so I don't know the details about the meat. I just know getting grapes has been hard. Getting water's been a little difficult as of late, but somebody else was telling me Al might have been actually causing some of that problem. So
yeah, it seems like it. But I mean, if I learned anything helpful, I can definitely share it with you.
I'd appreciate that. I'd be more than happy to help compensate you for any knowledge you share with me. In fact, and he slides you 2 silvers across the table. I appreciate the information you've given me here.
Oh, that's not necessary.
Ooh, and can you tell your big friend come over here? I'd like to talk to her about some work too.
She's a little shy. Hold on. Hey, Galfine, wants to talk to you. Coughing.
About?
I don't know. Come here.
Alright.
How you doing?
Fine.
You got a nice little tin shirt there.
Sure.
You looking for some work?
If I'm needed.
Say you could. You could easily be needed. Look, tonight's been a really rough evening. We've had some troublesome customers, you might say. I just need someone to go either get them back in line or rough them up a bit. My normal guard that's here, we'll put him in quotes, he's not here tonight. And honestly, he needs a break. He's been doing this a little too much, and it's been getting him to be a little bit Vinny with the customers. So it'd be nice to have somebody with a better head on their shoulders. Deal with it. You're big, you look tough. You could probably set him straight. You up for it?
I suppose.
Alright. So you see that Vinny over there? And he points to a table with a guy who's like, got a number of like shot glasses in front of him. And he's like, yelling things, and he's like, pointing at people, and then yelling, insults or talking some, saying some stuff in some language that, let me see if you would catch it. Languages you had. Yeah, so you're not catching it. Meg. Meg, you are actually catching what he's saying.
Nice.
He is using a bit of a blending of some words from both Draconic and Abyssal. And he's basically using, like, sort of guttural swears or basically, like, hurling insults wherever he can at people in ways that they don't notice it. And also, give me a bit of linguistics here.
Wow, 2 linguistic checks in one session.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've hit the jackpot.
Do you have any ranks in Spellcraft?
Yes.
Okay, give me a linguistics and a Spellcraft. Okay. With the linguistics, you can tell that something about the way that he's saying these seems like the way that he's using the words seems like that kind of imprintation that you're used to from a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a sense motive to go along with this, since you didn't quite get the Spellcraft.
Am I officially the party skill monkey?
Right now you are.
I'm all about it. Come on, scroll.
Do you want me to
Nice.
Oh, shit. Never mind. I'm going to offer to help.
So you get the sense that this guy's also been maybe casting some spells at people here and there. He's been using like the mix of Draconic and Abyssal mixed with the swears to kind of make it less obvious what he's doing. But he definitely seems to utter some kind of swear at somebody, and then something bad happens to him, or they have a more like excited reaction to whatever it is he said.
Huh. Well, that's not good, and my good alignment would really not be about that. I'm going to be very friendly and Draconic.
Well, you would have overheard what the gentleman at the counter was talking to Galfine about, because he's kind of asked Galfine to go confront this guy as well. So maybe the two of you want to do this as a team.
Oh, cool. Hey, Galfine. Bend down so I can talk to you, because you're so high up there.
I crouch down next to Meg.
I wish we had a picture for that. So, Hothead over there is swearing up a storm in Draconic, and he's throwing some magic out there while he's swearing. So he's drinking and casting and So we might want to approach carefully. So I think you should just I think you should just charge the table, punch him as hard as you can. I'm gonna say Kitten Jerky over there is up to some no good.
Impacts you're setting up to perform right now, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
I yell free bird. Free bird.
All right. So the two of you are gonna head on over, right?
All right. We'll do a circuitous, you know what I mean, that never works, but people think that they're being sneaky by walking around, you know what I mean? So I'll do a circuitous route, I'm walking around no, it's not me.
All right, how about you, Galfine? Are you following the same, or are you just going straight over?
I'm just going straight over.
Okay, so you're wandering around. Galfine's just taking the direct approach, this guy,
And I'm just wow, come on.
All right, so I'm gonna pop some things out here real quick, because this, I think, is gonna be a fun little interaction.
Are they ready for me to perform yet?
Yeah, go ahead and give me your first perform check.
Okay, I'm going to start out on the piccolo.
Okay.
Keep it nice and light.
I'm gonna cause an illusion of a flame on my finger. You know what I mean? And like wave it. He's piccoloing while I'm talking to the guy.
All right, so the two of you make your way over to the guy, and the guy kind of looks up at the two of you, and he basically utters the equivalent of "fuck you" and "abyssal" at the two of you as you come up, and then he goes.
I believe I speak, correct?
Correct. What do you want?
Well, I speak back in abyssal, and I say, well, you know, we're just here to find out what's going on. You're swearing at everybody, playing around with magics. I mean, come on. This is a nice drinking establishment.
Guy laughs. You can't prove I'm using magic over here. You got nothing. You bring over here your... What do you got, like this big old meat sack? Probably not even... Probably...
First off, don't...
What? Don't what?
Insult my friend.
I'll insult who I want.
Apparently so, but
He looks at her, and in Orcish she goes, I bet they fucking hate you, don't they? You little half-blood.
Oh, what a dick.
You probably got kicked out of something, right? You got kicked out of work. You got kicked out of your family, too, I'll bet. They didn't like you either, because you're fucking mix. Alright.
Such an aggro campaign.
And you just, like, slam him across the face. And he, like, pushes the table out of his way, and he stands up. He's like, don't you fucking hit me. I'll show you.
Oh, shit.
And
hey, Bob,
I need you guys to roll initiative. Pax, you may roll here as well. Make sure to click on your character before you roll your initiative, please.
Do we click on our character in the...
Yeah, click on your character on the map here, and then click on and then hit your initiative button.
Okay. I can't find me. Where am I? Hold on.
It's tied to the minis correctly. Yeah.
The turn order seems to be there we go. Duh.
Sorry.
Where am I? There I am.
Okay. Something for him. I will use a...
Did it work?
It did.
2,
excellent.
Huh? 2. Well, I've been rolling so good on the skill checks, it was bound to happen. I hope you guys got this, because I'm not showing up for combat. Wow.
I didn't roll a
24.
mini. Yeah. Let me add that to the rotation. Hold on.
Man, Galfine is going like twice before I go once.
Wait, what?
I'm just using this character, by the way. I don't have a mini for this character, and I forgot I need to roll an initiative for it first.
Yeah, Galfine, your lit is 24, right?
All right, so it also got a 24. No, wait, yeah, Galfine. It says you got a 24. What the?
Yeah, I totally got a 24.
No, you got. Oh, because I accidentally have Galfine selected instead of the mini.
Yeah, you got lower than
yeah,
me.
I swear it was a 24, Steve.
Yeah, it was always a 24.
No. Oh, god damn it. I forgot I have to leave it on the screen, too.
Noise tat. Ooh, we should write down the Pirates of Darkwater and swear words and use those for swear words in this campaign, Steve.
That is 24. Enter. Should be an 8.
Captain
Sort
Akunsaunt,
these.
he's a hero.
Alright, so, he is going to go first.
Oh,
and
Lord.
He is going to...
Power word kill.
Nope. Make sure this is a spell he can cast.
Delayed Fireball.
Yep,
Delayed
Blast
Blast
Fireball. My least favorite spell, and also one of the NPCs in my game's least favorite spell.
How can you not like DB?
I hate the idea of a fireball that just is late to the party. And the only reason it exists is to work around to have a fireball that works around time stop.
100%.
Yeah.
If your Order of Hermes character wants Abyssal Ball of Flame, you know it's either time 4 or time 5. Captain
Why can I
Blind.
not find this fucking spell? Oh, I can just search. Duh. Oh, no. This is actually too high. I didn't have that.
Good. Listen, bad guys who like to.
All right. I am going to need Galfine to give me a fort save.
Oh no.
Hooray.
Yep, here's the save versus die.
I think you're the most likely to make it anyway.
Oh yeah, you definitely make it. For a moment, you feel like... So he utters a few words in Abyssal or in Draconic at you. And as he does so, you can feel like blackness starting to fill your eyes. And you like try to focus through it, and you feel like the darkness fighting against you as you try to maintain focus on this guy. And as the darkness starts to cloud your vision, very slowly you can feel it kind of fade away, and your sight remains. Charles, you can give me a spellcraft to identify what that was.
I just gotta ask, Steve, was that darkness visiting her? All that she sees is absolute horror?
She could not live, she could not die.
Yeah. Wow, that would be one of 2 Metallica songs I know the words to.
Okay, so he attempts to cast Blindness Deafness on her.
Damn, he's breaking out all the fucking spells.
Pax, that's gonna take us to you. You are performing, and coincidentally, you can mix your bard song into that if you would like to mix your bard song into that.
I don't know what that means.
So your ability, if you go under your spells, your ability to... Where is that? Do we have the special
Inspire
abilities
confidence?
thing? Yeah. Whoops, that's not what I meant to click. It's under
I'll
additional.
click Scorching Ray to help you too.
Where did your bard talents go?
Thinking about you, sister, go.
Oh, there they are. So under your spell-like abilities, you could either do the Fascinate or the Inspire Courage.
I think I want to try and fascinate him.
Okay.
I'm fascinated.
So he needs to make a will save. DC is 13.
Go, Pax, go.
Actually, too low. This would be +4. Okay, let's look at Fascinate here. He is going to be fascinated, I believe.
Good job. That's a hell of a way to start a round by fascinating the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so for right now, he proceeds to try to make you blind, and then Pax, you start going into a very unique set of chords, and most of the audience starts seriously paying attention to what you're doing, and then his head kind of turns and looks towards you, and he's very focused right now on what PAX is playing.
Wow, great job. That's fucking fantastic.
So that will drop us to Galfine. Now remember, you're not trying to kill him.
Right.
But you were given instructions if you wanted to rough him up.
Well, I suppose that can be done.
Okay, so for the record here, okay? So this is a hit, and it's a solid hit because he's not paying any attention. But you, like, drag out your scythe, and you, like, lean it into him, and you, like, you know exactly how to position this so it, like, drags across him in just the right way. But, like, you're very lucky that most of the audience has not looked away, because you would be terrifying the shit out of them just busting out a giant scythe and, like, looking as though you're about to stab into this guy.
I know what I'm doing.
Give me 1 sec. Let me roll something up here. All right, and he goes down.
Wow, good job. Good job, lady.
That Fascinate was very useful, because that would not have hit otherwise.
Fucking A. Barding it.
All right, well, you have everybody in the place distracted, PAX, and enjoying your music. Let me see if the owner is distracted while that happened, by the way, because he also has to make a save. He is not. So the owner walks around the counter, walks over to the two of you, and especially Galfine, and pats her on the back and double checks to make sure you didn't just, like, kill the guy. And he sees, like, the way that your blade cut across, like, just delivers enough damage to make it hurt, but not enough to actually cut through the flesh. All right, can you get him out the door? I appreciate the patrons being distracted. Gotta give your friend a bonus, too, for this.
Yeah,
All right, we're doing it.
All right, so you toss him on out the door.
I feel like that only works if while you're tossing him, you lousy rummy or something like that. You know what I mean? Like most is like, get out of here, you lousy rummy.
All right,
Piece of trash.
So we will jump back to Zug real quick, and then we will wrap up for the evening.
So how tall is Galfine? Sorry.
6'3".
Holy shit, you are in fact a little over double my.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. All right, so Zug, you head on over to Teddy's. I'm gonna change up the music here.
Man, the music here is way better than over at the cantina.
Yeah. I have better music, but the site that I need to pull the music down from is...
I was making a joke about Pax's music skills.
Wrong!
Yeah,
I know what you were
ignored it
doing, and I
because
was
it
saying what I
funny.
was saying. Alright, so you head on over to Teddy's, and you get inside. There is a young woman standing there, who she looks to be elven in nature. And she smiles at you and asks, what can I help you with?
Oh, looking for some people that I heard might be here.
Do you know whom?
Some Rezix guys.
I mean, not. We don't.
Construction, or
We don't judge anybody. Do you know whereabouts they might be? Or maybe their names?
I don't know. Did I get like
Yeah, he would have sent you their names, so you know who to address.
Yep.
Okay, so you share with her the name. She wanders over there. She actually I'm sorry. She waves some stuff on the pad on the board she has in her hand, and then she says, "They're right over there at the bar. If you want to have a seat next to them. I don't know if they know you're coming, but we don't seem to have a problem with that. If you start trouble, though, we are going to have to throw you out. So I hope you're not here for any business or collecting or anything like that. But well, business is fine if we'll check it out. Just sorry, I'm new. It's my first day. Just head on over. I guess you're fine.
I head over.
Okay. So you head over to the bar, and the two of them are sitting there, and they both got at the very least one drink finished off in front of them.
Yeah, I'll walk over. I'll say, "Hey, I heard you guys are in the business of construction or destruction of some
they laugh as soon as you say construction. We do a bit of construction too, but that's not our specialty." The two of them turn, and these two are very clearly twins. It looks as if like a mirror just turned, because they also turn opposite the directions of each other and in like unison, as if they were practicing this maneuver for years of their life. And they both look down, and they like kind of alternate between sentences of each other, and their voices are very similar in nature. What are you asking for? Like, what, we break something of yours or something by accident? Sorry if we did.
No, it's no, it wouldn't have to be accidental. Essentially, I'm looking to expand my room. I got a place. I'm gonna be picking up the place next to it, and there's a wall in the middle that I've like gotten rid of.
Yeah. You're a goblin, so you can't be doing this in goblin territory. Nope, they destroy it themselves. I mean, I'm used to seeing that. You ever seen goblin construction before? It's a sight, I'll tell you what. I'm sorry. I don't mean any offense. I'm sorry. I've been drinking a bit.
Nope, not in goblin territory.
Yeah, so you got
neutral territory.
Yeah, you got one of those apartments.
Yep.
Done a few of those numbers. Done some big stuff too. You ever seen like one of those places turned into about 7 or 8 of them?
No, I haven't.
Good job that day. Real rough though. A lot of infrastructure. Places are built kind of sloppy. Whole buildings kind of like the ramshackle together. So you got to be careful knocking out walls. But they link together pretty well once you figure out where the supports are supposed to go. But yeah, what are you looking at for time? We'd love to take on a job knocking down some of those walls and building stuff up. You wanna do like 2 straight linked rooms? You wanna create some smaller rooms in there? What do you want to do?
Well, for now, it would just be 2 rooms next to each other. Just looking to turn that into 1 room.
You want to keep the second door? You want us to like pound out the second door and put in a wall there?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so full renovation, just extending out your room into a much bigger room.
Yep.
All right, we could do that. You got to make sure you get the permit though, because you can't do it without the permit, obviously. But what you got it taken care of? What do you say? Well, how'd you find out about us? How you know about us?
Do I remember if he said that the locksmith says that he works with these guys?
Yeah, he did say that he works with these guys, so mentioning them would probably do you good.
Yep, I'll mention them.
Okay. So you mentioned Valley. Oh yeah, good old Val. Oh, what a guy. Been hooking us up pretty good lately. I'll tell you what. Val, small job. Take care of this for you for like, build the wall. I'll include the materials, we'll say, well, Let's say about 10 gold. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right. So, let us know when you're prepared to do it. Like, stop on by our place out in Resix. Set up a date with us, and then we'll be out there. We'll get it turned around. Same day or next day. Worst case. Worst case next day. Or if you go ahead.
Could I send you a message instead?
Oh, one of those bottle people, huh?
Yep.
Whatever happened to a good old letter? I'll tell you what. Send it to Val, and he'll let us know. Like, I don't want to deal with this bottle shit,
Okay.
All right. Or you want to send a messenger? I'll tell you what. I'll pay for the messenger. Like, you get yourself a cheap messenger. Have him run it over to me. I'll take that. Either Val or a messenger. You choose. I'll pay the cost if you want to pay a messenger. But I don't want any of this magic shit floating around me.
Alright.
Cool.
Yep. Thank you. I will let you know.
Excellent. So you are building up your space. And yeah, you can arrange. We'll say that the next morning you can arrange the stuff that you need to. But yeah, we will wrap it up here. Let's get some XP dished out.
Good session, Steve-O.
Thank you.
Oh, shoot. I'm in the wrong screen.
By a whole 3 inches. What?
If Meg and I sit on each other's, stand on each other's shoulders, we are 3 inches taller than Gal.
Oh, damn. I had fun. I had ideas of us putting on long coats and pretending we're Galfine.
Alright.
Okay.
Zug jumps in.
So,
Zug and Meg together equal Galfine.
Okay.
So Whitney and Pax and Galfine, go ahead and take 50 XP apiece for splitting the recap.
Hey!
What, you said how many?
50 XP apiece.
Okay.
And then each of you are kind of going to get basically the same for the. Well, I guess everybody can go ahead and get 200 for role playing. That was a good session from all of you. So as far as total experience, both of your experiences were actually pretty important. With the direction Tom's going, your house investment stuff is actually going to do you quite well in the future. And you guys, the other 3 of you, managed to deal with some interesting circumstances. Let me double check one thing here. I think I've got the XP table right here, but I don't want to fuck it up. Why am I not finding? There it is. Yeah, so everybody should be getting about 400 XP apiece.
Is that including the 50 you handed out earlier?
Total it should be 600, and then the recap experience for Pax and Galfine would be 50 additional. Because it's 200 for role playing, 50 for Pax and Galfine for the recap, and 400 for the problem resolution throughout the session.
All right.
And then as far as clever idea stuff, in this particular case, I'm actually going to award, this is the first time I'm going to reward somebody for just punching an NPC outright, but Galfine, go ahead and take 50 XP for hitting him when you did, because otherwise you probably would have gotten a blindness cast on you without you knowing. Charles, there was something that happened during something you said. Oh, I'm going to give you 50 XP for starting a gang.
I've always wanted that. Always wanted XP for starting a gang.
It's a good idea to have a bunch of blade spies running around, but you did basically just start a gang.
Can we call ourselves the Vatos Locos?
I'd rather you didn't, but
Okay. How about the NS-12?
Oh man, the tunnel snakes from Fallout.
Oh, the tunnel snakes.
We used to tell people in high school that if they would say they were in a gang, we would say, "You mean the dirty underwear gang?" And that was pretty funny in 1986.
And I think that's all I can think of. Does anybody else have anything they can remember that maybe I'm not?
I'll pay for all the money on the blades because I feel like I talked the rest of the party into it. So I'll subtract the 9 GP from that. Not because I'm, as my new role as gang leader.
All right, well, good session. I had a lot of fun with that.
Good stuff.
So we are on again for next week, unless something changes for anybody. Is everybody good with that?
I should be
good.
fine.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
I'll be sleeping.
You're gonna be sleeping next session or next week? That's sad. I'd like you to be participating.
All day?
Why will you be sleeping?
So tired right
You're tired right now.
I'll need to sleep for a whole week, Kendra.
I don't think you're gonna just sleep for a whole week.
Even if I wanted to, I can't work.
But yeah. Also, just to cross-reference campaigns, everybody, can we have a moment of silence for Galfine and Ryan, or for Michelle and Ryan's fallen characters in the conscripted game?
And my great escape.
No.
Yeah, no, I think Ryan might be legitimately mad that that I ran.
I mean, it was the right thing to do. I do hope that, Ryan understands the game was supposed to be hard.
Yeah, I think he's legit mad though. Or at least that's how he was acting when I was trying to help him.
Well, I think he was just frustrated having the help given as well, because that's a whole different story. We can talk about that later.
Can we have a moment of silence for Stephen Whitney's characters in their ongoing Call of Cthulhu campaign?
They're not dead yet. They're dying on Tuesday.
Plus, they got to go to a surprise birthday party. I mean, they had a grand old time.
It's pretty good. They're not dead yet. We have a moment of silence. The characters haven't died yet. Oh shit! I gave it away.
But yeah, on Tuesdays we're playing a Call of Cthulhu game, and it's so far it's been a lot of fun.
So far, so good.
And then they died.
I want one last plug here before I go. And that is, I want to plug my Patreon because I'm becoming that kind of guy. I do legitimately have a Patreon.
Oh, nice.
And I would, if anybody wants to donate to me on Patreon, all of my no regular viewers, I'm still gonna plug it here. Eventually, I would like to have the Patreon be able to pay for me to throw another campaign in here and take time off of work to be able to run that campaign. So I know it's
very ambitious.
Exactly. Well, you gotta have ambitious goals. So I don't expect anybody to. I'm not really asking anyone to. But if you want to, it's there. It exists. Toss some money this way.
Money from the game. Does that count?
I wish.
That's good.
I'll throw you some GP.
Donate all of Shaq Saga's gold.
That's right. I'd also like to talk about Casper mattresses. I slept on a Casper.
All right, no, Casper is not sponsoring my podcasts, and so let's not. They are definitely not.
Maybe they're sponsoring Charles.
My game. Oh, I wish somebody would sponsor my gaming. Could you imagine that? Why are you so expensive? How many dice does it?
You know what? I'll be honest. If somebody sponsored my game, I would product place their stuff in my game.
Yeah, man, you got to put your game up on iTunes and Spotify and stuff too.
I have it up on Google right now. It's supposed to be on iTunes, but iTunes is not like accepting my account properly, so that's all screwed up. But it would be kind of fun that you go looking for locks, and I'm like, oh, you run into a Schlag dealership.
That's so good, Schlag. We just keep having things that are just product placement. Why, yes, we are searching for the golden dew. The dew that comes from the mountain. Delicious.
Oh, you taste it and it's like sweet ambrosia. It heals you 4d8.
Oh my god. That's
and
so
you
good.
feel re-energized to take on the day and everything is better.
Why, yes, the best restaurant in this town is Red Robin. Yum.
Oh.
I want that to happen so bad.
I would be down for some level. I would accept some level of limited selling out. So if ever I get big and advertisers happen across this video, keep that in mind. I'm not against selling out to some degree. I won't sell out entirely, but I will say that RC Cola is only coming to my campaign world if they'll pay me, and they don't have to pay me in money. They can pay me in soda.
Steve is going to be the Fallout Boy of campaign. We'll sell out wherever. Well, I want you to know, if anybody wants me to product place theirs, I have zero ethics in that regard. And Meg is down to drink or eat anything. The great taste of kitten jerky.
On that note, though, we will say goodnight, everybody. Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody, have a good night and have a nice week, and I'll talk to you two on Tuesday.
Yep. Talk to you Tuesday.
All right.